Do you see what's wrong here? This Kia came in with a check engine light on. So I scanned it, cleared it, and the code that always comes back as soon as you fire it up is P0017. That's a timing code. Cam, crank, position, correlation, bank 1, sensor B. Before we get into the diag and I show you what the teardown actually revealed, I have to say, the amount of luck is absolutely incredible. The fact that this engine is still here today for me to make this video and show you, you'd have better luck trying to kiss a bobcat's butthole locked in the trunk of a car without getting a single scratch on you before this ever happened again. What this means is basically that one of the camshafts, in this case it's the exhaust, is off from where it's supposed to be. First thing that you're going to want to check on any engine, especially ones with variable valve timing, is the oil quality and the oil level. Vehicles with variable valve timing have a lot of stuff going on inside of the cam gears. They use the oil and direct it through different passages to fill these different cavities up like this, and the pressure adjusts the timing on the fly. These have very tight tolerances. Any kind of metal or gunk that gets in here can get this stuck or make it bind up. And low oil might not have enough pressure to move this when it's commanded to do so. This customer changed their oil last week though, thinking the same thing. The next easiest thing to check is the solenoid. This is what directs the oil flow to the right passages in the gear. All you gotta do is apply power to these and make sure that that little plunger in there is moving back and forth. And this guy tested good. It's starting to look like a cam gear or actuator problem. That's why I have it sitting right here on the bench next to me. Any other mechanic's gonna zip this off, throw it in the garbage, and just bolt on the new one. Not me, and that's why you watch my videos. I'm like the mechanic version of how it's made. Before I even think about taking that gear off, I'm gonna be blowing compressed air through these holes here to test the function of the actuators. Nothing. Let's try the other hole on the other side. Well, that's weird. They go the same place. That was extremely loose. That alignment hole looks really messed up. When I turned my attention over to the camshaft is when I realized the severity of the situation. The only thing stopping this from spinning and bending all the valves was the 5 foot-pounds of torque that this bolt had left on it. Got to looking at the new one I had sitting here. Turns out that dowel is a part of the gear. So it didn't just sink in a little bit, it left the gear and then went all the way into the camshaft. Since this is no longer holding the gear in place from rotating, that explains that mark there. That is how much the cam gear has rotated. So why was the bolt loose? I have it marked where it's supposed to be, and this is where it was at. That rotation counterclockwise of the gear started backing this out. How much longer was that gonna last before it let go and bent all the valves? And how am I gonna get that out?